What if you played the lottery every week for 10 years? Just $20 at a time. What are the chances you'd hit it big? Or just burn a hole in your wallet? And what if you invested the same amount? Hey, this is CoinRad, and today we're breaking down what actually happens if you commit to the lottery like it's a side hustle. Same $20, same numbers, every single week for a decade. We'll run the real odds, crunch the numbers, and compare that dream of a jackpot to something far less exciting, like investing in an index fund. Spoiler, the results might surprise you or depress you. Probably both. Let's start with the basics. $20 a week. That's pretty common. A few scratch-offs, maybe a Powerball ticket or two. Doesn't sound like much, right? Multiply that by 52 weeks, and you're looking at $1,040 per year. Do that for 10 years straight. Boom, $10,400. That's the cost of a decent used car, or roughly 3 IKEA couches and some self-loathing. Let's say you're aiming for Powerball, one of the most popular lottery games in the US. The current odds of hitting the jackpot? 1 in 292,201,338. Let's put that in perspective. That's like picking one specific second from the last 9 years, randomly pulling one marked grain of sand from a bathtub full of sand, or meeting a total stranger, dialing a random 10-digit number on your phone, and it rings in their pocket. Now, if you buy one ticket every week for 10 years, that's 520 tickets. Sounds like a lot, right? Well, your odds of winning still barely move, from 1 in 292 million to about 1 in 562,000. That is, if the universe somehow re-rolled odds after every ticket. Which it doesn't. Each draw is independent. Basically, your chances are still microscopic. Like electron-sized microscopic. So what happens over those 10 years? Let's say you buy 520 tickets. What are the expected returns? Powerball's expected value per $2 ticket is about $0.87. That means that for every $2 you spend, you win back 87 cents on average and lose $1.13. Multiply that across 520 tickets, and your winnings come to about $452.40, leaving you with $587.60 lost. Now apply that to your full 10-year spend of $10,400. Best case realistic scenario? You win a few small prizes, maybe $4 here, $50 there. Worst case? You win nothing except regret. Most likely? You walk away with less than 5% of what you spent. And that's before taxes. Oh yes, if you do win big, Uncle Sam will want a very personal chat. So what if instead of feeding the machine every week, you just invested that money? Let's say you put the same $20 a week into a boring old S&P 500 index fund, historically returning around 7% annually after inflation. Using compound interest, your $10,400 over 10 years would grow to about $14,400. Not exactly yacht money, but it's real, predictable, and yours. And you didn't have to dodge lightning or pick cosmic numbers to get it. If you kept that going for 30 years, that same weekly $20 would grow into over $100,000. That's not fantasy. That's just math showing up and doing its job. Now here's where things get a little darker. Studies show that low-income households spend the most on lottery tickets, sometimes $400 to $500 a year, even when they have very little disposable income. Why? Because the lottery doesn't just sell tickets. It sells hope. It's a voluntary tax on dreams, one that promises escape from debt, dead-end jobs, or just daily stress, all for a couple bucks. And this isn't random. State lotteries often advertise more in low-income neighborhoods, billboards, gas stations, buses, offering the fantasy of instant wealth to people who statistically have the least chance of ever hitting it. It's not just about the math. It's about the psychology. Because when life feels stuck, a $2 chance feels better than a 30-year savings plan. But let's not kid ourselves. The lottery isn't just a game. It's a business. And like every business, it's built to profit. Just not for you. The jackpots are massive, but they're bankrolled by millions of losing tickets. Scratch-offs advertise flashy prizes. Win $100,000. But bury the odds in microprint. Odds like 1 in 3 million. And even that may not account for prizes that have already been claimed. The winners make headlines. The losers keep the lights on. Look, I'm not saying you can't enjoy the occasional ticket. Life doesn't have to be all spreadsheets and index funds. But if you're playing the lottery every week like it's your retirement plan, you're not gambling. You're donating to a system that's mathematically built to take more than it gives. This is CoinRad, and if you liked this, hit that subscribe button. There's plenty more economic weirdness, history, and money madness where that came from.